Hello, second grade. As promised, here is our last read aloud of the year, Goldfish on Vacation. I hope you like it. Who ever heard of a goldfish packing up and going on vacation? This is a true story. Surprise, surprise. In a small apartment, in a tall round building, by a park, next to a river, in the middle of the big city, there lived 3 children, H, little O, and baby M. In a small bowl, next to a lamp, in the middle of a table, beside the curtains, in the small apartment, there lived 3 goldfish, Barracuda, Patch, and Fiss. And don't ask me which one is which. They all look the same. It doesn't matter. An old fountain stood at the end of their street. It was broken and covered in ivy. No one used it anymore, except to throw garbage in. So this is kind of like the fountain in the middle of our common, in the middle of Bethel. But the children thought it was beautiful. On top of the fountain, there perched, as if he had just landed or was just about to fly off, a magnificent stone eagle with outstretched wings. This must have had water in it at one time, but now it's abandoned, which means nobody does anything with it anymore. Grandpa said that some people who built the famous Grand Central Station in New York City built the fountain. And in the olden days before cars, horses drank from it. But when people got cars, they didn't need horses or the fountain, and they stopped taking care of it. The children felt sad for the fountain and for the eagle. And then, one early summer day, a sign appeared. Hamilton Fountain Water Garden, coming in 2 weeks, calling all goldfish looking for a summer home. Now that is a good idea. The children rushed home to tell their fish, "You are going on vacation." Barracuda stared with his big fish eyes. Fiss blew big fist bubbles, and Patch sank slowly down to the bottom of the bowl. So I guess that's Patch. "See?" H said. "They can't wait." Grandpa rushed into the kitchen, and on the big calendar on the wall, next to June 28, he wrote, "Goldfish on vacation." But the children didn't need a calendar to remember. They were already counting the days. Every morning they rushed to the window, and so did Grandpa. And every morning they watched a man at the fountain. There he is taking a bottle out of the fountain because people have been trashing it, I guess, for years since it's been not used. One morning he was cleaning. The next morning he was scrubbing and scraping. Another morning he pulled ivy off the eagle and filled the fountain with clear, cold water. He put in tall reeds and then lily pads. And then one morning, the children couldn't see him. They couldn't see him because... Look at this picture. Are you kidding me? How beautiful is that? Because of all the children. The children and children and children crowding around him. All of them waiting to drop off their little fish children. Every single one of them has a smile, huh? "It's today!" shouted H, little O, and baby M. And it was. In no time, they were making their way slowly down the big staircase and out the front door, Grandpa leading the way. Then little O with her net, then baby M with the fish food, then H with the bowl, and Barracuda and Patch and Fiss in a wonderful goldfish parade. Out on the street, everywhere they looked, there were goldfish parents just like them with their goldfish. When at last it was their turn at the fountain, H and baby M and little O told their fish goodbye and see you soon and don't be homesick. And then the man helped them lower the bowl underwater. At first, the fish hung back in the bowl until, in a flash of light, they darted and were gone. The water shone in the shadow of the eagle's wings, and the children saw, glistening in the sunlight, swimming in the clear, cool pool, like sudden glimpses of hidden treasure, fish after golden fish. And I'm sure you're all thinking the same thing right now. How are they going to get their fish back again? Just you wait and see. All through the hot summer, H, little O, and baby M stopped by to say hello to their fish. And so did the other goldfish parents. Soon all the children looked forward to meeting each other at the fountain. Every day they played together, and every day Grandpa came and put his chair down and chatted with the children who sat and listened. And he told them stories of those hot August days long ago when he was a boy, and how all the children who couldn't leave the city would jump and splash in the fountain. And then the children wished that they were those children jumping in. This picture's in black and white because that's the image of Grandpa's memory when he was a little boy. Perhaps that's Grandpa. Before they knew it, it was the end of summer. The man told the goldfish parents that the only way to catch their fish was to go in the fountain, to wade into the water with their nets. And so all the children took off their sandals and jumped and splashed and laughed in the fountain. And then Grandpa took off his sandals too and rolled up his trousers and paddled. And he said it was just like those days long ago when he was a boy. Look at all the fun they're having. And the children could hardly recognize their goldfish. They looked like completely different fish. Are they really our fish? Asked little O as they headed home. Oh, yes. I'm absolutely certain they're our fish, said Grandpa, who wasn't really at all certain that they were. Does it really matter? All fish look the same, right, guys? I don't think it really matters. They look so fat and happy, said H. Of course, said Grandpa. That's what a vacation will do for you. Anyway, who says you have to leave the city to have a vacation? And the children laughed because they knew it was true. And so the goldfish, who may have been barracuda and patchenfish, or some other goldfish altogether, went back to being fish in a bowl. And the children went back to being children in school until the next summer, when Hamilton Fountain would once again be filled with lily pads and reeds and shining water and golden fish. And children. Come on. Isn't that the cutest thing ever? I just love that book. And just imagine if the Commons Fountain in Bethel, imagine if they said you can bring your goldfish for the summer and just turn them in and let them have a good time. Would you do it if you had a fish? You probably wouldn't, because you wouldn't want to risk losing your own. But these kids didn't really mind, did they? And I don't think any of those happy children thought that it wasn't a good summer. And remember, it wasn't just their fish getting a vacation, because they all sat and listened to Grandpa telling stories, and it was a way for them to get together and have fun too, when everybody else had gone away for the summer and they didn't. So I hope you have fun. I hope your goldfish has fun, if you have one. And bring back your library books. Keep reading this summer, and we'll see you in 3rd grade.